Hello, welcome to my videos and my blog. In this time I'm going to talk about how are the MLB standings to our 4 weeks of game. Where tonight we're finished the week 4 of the MLB the 2024 MLB season, and tomorrow we'll start the week 5. So it's very the season is very it has been very fast because now tomorrow we'll start the 5 weeks. So like the last three videos, I'm going to talk about who are the MLB standings through our four games of week. So let's start with the American League with the Eastern Conference. My favorite team, the New York Yankees, are still dominating this division. They have been dominating this division since the first week of the season. They have the best record in this division, but now they have the second best record in the league, in the American League, because now the best team in the league and in the American League in MLB are the Cleveland Guardians. So this is a surprise. The Yankees are leading this division with a record of 15-7, but they have been struggling in the last 10 games because they have a record of 5-5. The second best team in this division are the Orioles. They have a record of 14-7, and they are 0.5 games behind the Yankees. Red Sox Red Sox, Blue Jays, and Rays are trying to fight to be in the to be to sorry to still have possibilities to win this division. Remember that there is still early. There is just we have been playing just for 4 weeks, and this is the best division because all the teams have a record above 500. So this is very close because you can see that there is just 3.5 games from the number one place, the Yankees, against the number 5, the last spot, the Tampa Bay Rays. And this is a surprise because how the Tampa Bay Rays are in the bottom of this division, because in the last 4 or 5 years the Tampa Bay Rays have been always fighting in the first or the second place, but there is still early in the season. In the Central Division, this is a surprise because the Warriors are leading the division with the record of 16-6. They are the best team in this moment in the MLB, but I am more surprised because the Royals and the Tigers are fighting in this division. These three teams have the best record in this division, and these three teams have a record above 500. The Royals are in the second place with the record of 13-9, and in the third place are the Detroit Tigers with a record of 12-10. So it looks like if they continue to play in this kind of baseball, the Guardians, the Royals, and the Tigers are gonna to fight to win this division and enter to the playoffs. But it is still early, and I'm very disappointed for the Twins because they have a record below 500. They have a record 7-13. It's a very surprise. I think they are gonna to recover, but this is a very ugly situation in the moment for the Twins. And the White Sox in this moment are the worst team alongside the Marlins in the league with a record of 3-18. And in the West Division, the Rangers, the reigning champion team, have a record of 12-11. To be honest, this is the worst league in the worst division in this moment in the American League, because just two teams have a record of 500 or above, the Rangers and the Mariners, and the rest of the teams have a record below 500. The Texas Rangers are the reigning champion team, but they have been struggling, especially in the last 10 games that they have played, because they have won five games. The Mariners remember that they started very bad the week, but in the last 10 games they have won 7 games. The Angels are there because they use are 2.5 games behind the Rangers. They are leading this division, and the Athletics and the Astros are in the bottom of the division. The Athletics is a surprise because I expected that they will have the same record in this moment that the White Sox, but they are starting to play a very great baseball, and I'm very disappointed for the Houston Astros because they have the worst record in the division, 7-16. They are 9 games behind the 500, and they have been struggling a lot. Remember that this last off season, the Austin, his former head coach Dustin Hoffman. No, I don't remember. It was a Hall of Famer player. He's going to be a Hall of Famer coach, Dustin Baker, quite as a quit as a head coach, and now they are suffering a lot. Let's see if they will, if the Houston Astros are gonna to recover for this bad beginning of the season, because it's a very long season, but it looks like that they are not gonna to have a lot of possibilities to qualify. And in the National League, in the East Division, the Braves in this moment have the best record in the National League, alongside the Brewers. So they are fighting against the Philadelphia Phillies, for this first spot, first place, where they are one game behind the Braves. And the Mets, that in this moment are surprised. Remember that they started a very bad the first 2 weeks of the season, and in the last 10 games, in the last 2 weeks, they have won 8 games, and now they are 2.5 games behind the leading of this division, the Atlanta Braves. And the National and the Marlins are in the bottom of the division, where it looks like that the Marlins are going to stay there all the season, and it looks like that the Phillies, Mets, and National are going to fight to enter to the playoffs. And the Braves are going to win this division, but there is still early. In the Central Division, the Brewers are leading this division with the best record alongside the Braves. In the National League, 14-6, they have 2 game advantage from the second place. They are in this moment the Cubs, 13-9, and the Reds, 2.5 games. They are the third place in this division. This is a very surprise for me, because remember that the Brewers lost his head coach. That now he went to coach or manage the Cubs, and they are, in this moment they are leading this division. And something interesting here is, remember that the Pirates starting very well the season. The first 2 weeks they were leading the MLB the first 2 weeks, but now the last 2 weeks they have been playing a very bad baseball. They have lost 8 games in the last 10 games played, and now they have a record of 500, and they are in the 4th place in the division. And the Cardinals are the worst team in this moment in the division. So it looks like that the Brewers, Cubs, and Reds are going to fight to win this division and enter to the playoffs. And in the West division, the Dodgers are still leading this division, because they have played more games than the rest of the teams. Alongside the Padres, they have a record of 12, 13, 11, but they have been a very bad week, because this week they just won 2 or 3 games. They have just won 3 games in the last 10 games that they have played, and they are playing a very bad baseball, especially in the pitch side, because remember that most of his pitcher have been injured, and they have a tremendous offense, but the problem is the pitch rotation of the roster. In the second place are the Padres. Remember, they have a record of 500. Remember that the last week they were in the 4th place. Now in the 4th place, and now they have won 6 games in the last 10 games played, and for that reason they escalate to position. The Diamondbacks, that the last 2 weeks they were in the 2nd place, now they fell to the 3rd place, because they have a record of 5 in the last 10 games. And the Giants, they also have been struggling in the last 10 games, in the last 2 weeks, because they have a record of 10-13. But it looks like, in my opinion, the Dodgers are going to win this division, and the Padres, Diamondbacks, and Giants are going to fight to enter to the playoffs. And the Rockies, in this moment, they are the worst team in the National League and in the league, and they don't have anything to fight in this season. So here's what my opinion about how are the MLB standings through our 4 weeks of games. See you next video, Gibran.